So this is year number 3 of me owning a brokerage. This year we're about to close 500 deals this year, and we're probably at 80 agents right now. I started the business in 2021 and this is 2024, but basically 3 years. First year I wasn't really recruiting, wasn't really growing. I was just closing my own deals with the help of a couple agents, and naturally attracted a couple of agents. And then in about 6 months we decided to start growing. I was investing in some trainings and learning about what this business is about, and here's a couple of principles that I've learned. I'm focusing on a couple of things. First of all, this is a never-ending recruiting game. I didn't know before I started. I thought that, agents don't move as often. They just don't change companies often. It's not that important to recruit on never-ending basis, pretty much, but it is. So if you're thinking about starting a brokerage, it doesn't make sense until you take this seriously. Or maybe you're just going to be on your own as a single agent and that's what you want to do, then that's different. But if you want to step out of production and have the company do a lot of deals, have a big market share and make something big out of this, then it's a never-ending recruiting game. But here's a caveat to it. Recruiting could be different. It could be, just bringing agents because you are a freight company, which then doesn't make any sense for you to do it, because why would you do it? Then what's the benefit of dealing with all the headaches that comes with owning a brokerage if it's all for free? Do you know how much compliance there is? And dealing with each file could have things that you would need to work on for hours, even if you have people that are working on it. Speaking of which, when you have people, you have a lot of overhead. So this thing is overhead. When you're a single agent, you really don't have too much expenses. You have phone bill, you have gas bill, you got some maybe marketing a little bit, but maybe not even that. A lot of agents produce 20, 30, 40 deals with no expenses. Basically just doing everything through social or dealing with their friends. But as soon as you go into the brokerage thing or team ownership, then you're accumulating expenses. You have subscriptions, you got softwares, you got people you need to pay, you got office leases and everything like that. That easily adds up to a couple $100,000 a year, easily. So you need to fix that. You need to create. You could also think that creating revenue, what about like if I was selling 30 deals, I just hire 10 people that sell 30 deals and we will be at 300. It doesn't happen like that. Average company that produces and has a lot of sales, you'll look at the average number of sales per agent, it's going to be around 7 deals a year. The companies that don't have any trainings, don't have too much support, don't add services, will have 2 to 3. So think about that. You have 200 agents, you have 400 deals. 200 agents that always have some problems. That either goes to you or that goes to somebody that you hired. But if you hire somebody, you have to pay them. You're always trying to solve the issue where the money goes, because you're used to seeing a lot of money and then later, like, the company takes a smaller percentage of the whole deal, plus I need to pay all the bills. So that at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense. And that's why most companies, if you look at them, they don't make any money. And that's why when I was entering the business in 2021, I was told, this is the wrong thing to do. This is the wrong business to enter. This is the wrong business to start, because first of all, nobody knows your name. So you're going to be having a hard time to recruit, get listings, sell listings, and everything like that. You are brand new. Otherwise, unless you're starting your franchise. But in franchise, you also have to pay the fees. So the principle number 1 was that it's never recruiting. It's never ending recruiting game. You always have to recruit. But you also have to recruit with the value. So meaning that the people that will join will be able to grow and will be able to increase their market share, their production, their net at the end of the year, and everything like that. So you have to create services. You have to add things that they will benefit, they will use. So we were constantly adding things for our agents to use and to be able to help them sell more homes and make more money. Things like, for example, I'm sitting in a room. It's a content room. The agents are using this for free. If they want a podcast, they need a videographer. They pay a little fee to the videographer, but they can use this room for free. We have marketing guides. We got transaction help. We got software that we give for free. We keep adding things like free coffees, free snacks, free this, free that, for trainings 4 times a week. These are things that cost money, but they increase production. But they also attract other people that don't have that in their other companies. So you have to attract and plus add services. Trainings has been tremendous help into the growth. Yes, they require a lot of my time. They require a lot of my effort, and it's draining. It's a lot of energy that goes into them, but they produce results. So if the company doesn't have trainings and meetings constantly, at least once a week, but preferably 2 times a week. We decided to do it 4 times a week. And then the 5th is for our staff. So basically we have meetings every single day. I have meetings every single day. I don't attend all of them, but I attend the Monday and I attend Wednesday and Friday because I host those meetings. Tuesday and Thursday is software and social media classes. So we basically mixed up 2 different models into one. So the model number 1 is a team model. Basically, you provide a lot of services, but you charge agents. Typically, it's 50-50, and they don't get any credits for the deals that they did. Everything flows through the team leader. So there's a great service and the great benefits of joining a team because you're being fed leads. But the downside is that nothing's under your name. And there's also companies that are brokerages that are very cheap, but they don't give you anything and they don't help with anything. And so if you look at the production per agent on the teams, they're high. They're probably like 15 or 20 deals per agent on teams. If you look at production on the companies that are very, very cheap, production of agents are very, very low. They're 2-3 deals. So we mixed both of these, and that's who we are. We try to provide as much value as possible. Sometimes even it's more than teams provide. We do have leads, we got trainings, we got all support, we got the office, we got meetings, we got parties, we got content room, we got all the marketing materials. We try to pay for as much as we can. And we still try to be as much profitable as possible for agents. So we have the scale, the brand new agents there will be paying more, but then as soon as you grow, everything goes under your name. And as soon as you grow, your splits become better and better and better. And also we remove all the fees and fees on top of fees. So that's kind of the model we chose. Plus we keep adding services, and that's something you have to keep doing. And you also have to create a way for agents to collaborate. As when I was a single agent, I knew this thing. I want to create a database where people know each other, because when they know each other, they do the marketing for you. They bought the house, they do a housewarming party, they invite their friends ask who bought their house, who helped them buy the house, and they hear the name and they actually heard it from somewhere else. And they kind of follow you on Facebook and they know about you, they're coming to you. So that was my approach with this as well, with the brokerage business. I want them to collaborate, and I want them sort of to know each other. By collaborating, how can I help them to collaborate is create meetings, create parties in the office and outside the office, create different events, create some sort of sponsorship things for them to go to. And those create great bond and great relationships with agents, and they collaborate, and that's something that a lot of companies don't have. So another thing is that I started also reaching out to agents in an omni-channel way. Phone calls, text messages, emails, content, the way I'm doing right now. This is not going to be the content for agents, but maybe some will listen and just to be curious how it is. What kind of, I don't see much content on this topic, honestly, from any other brokerage owners. They don't want to open up their playbook. They think that this is a topic that agents shouldn't know about. This is a little bit something that, of course they don't want to share because they think that agents will start their own things. But most brokerages are broke. That's why they're called brokerages, numbers don't make sense, because I'm actively looking for companies to maybe partner up with, to maybe buy, to maybe invest in, and just collaborate and merge. But as soon as you open up the numbers, they're horrible. The owner of the brokerage is actively selling real estate, because if he doesn't or she doesn't sell, this whole roster is basically just trying to pay the bills, and sometimes they can't even cover the bills. So the core problem is the same as the core problem of an agent. The agent is broke because they don't have enough leads, they don't lead generate, they don't have enough clients. And when they have clients, they're not trained to move them into the contract and close the client. So the same thing with brokerage owners. They were somewhat an agent. They decided to start their own company. They don't understand the value of recruiting. They don't understand the value of providing value to agents. They don't care about agents more than they care about their pocket. So it's just, and I'll tell you that in terms of numbers game, brokerage only makes sense after agent number 60, if you have everything lined up right. So most don't even have 30, 40, they have under 10. So there's no way it's profitable. There's no way that the owner cannot sell. So they're stuck with the thing that they need to also work on, but they also need to sell. So it's like sometimes it really doesn't make any sense for them to keep it. And if you're in Chicago, hit me up. I'm interested in talking to you, and I'm interested in merging with a company. I think we have a lot of things that are great in here, and I keep working on it every day. It's like it's something, if you focus on it, it grows. Like if you focus on your real estate agent career, if you focus on generating buyers and sellers, and you are in it 24/7, and your goal is to grow it, you're going to run into some sort of top producer that's going to sense it. You're going to ask questions. You're going to get some information. You're going to listen to podcasts. You're going to research. You're going to go to meetups. You're going to create content. You're going to push things out of yourself. You're going to create content and make calls. And you're going to bump into deals. You're going to do deals, and it's going to grow every single year. It's just how it works. There's no other way for it not. There's no way it's not going to grow. Basically, what I'm trying to say. But if you keep that a little bit on the sideline and then you still have a full-time job, then of course it's not going to grow. Same thing with brokerage owners. They keep this as just paying the bills, but then they also produce, and they also do lending, and they also do something else. And it's like, why are you doing this? It's like, it doesn't make sense. Listen, I grew it from 3 to 80, and my goal is to grow, is to keep growing this. And right now I'm bumping into a plateau a little bit. I am feeling the plateau, and we've been stuck between 75 and 80 for probably like 4 months now. My staff knows my goal. We need to get to 100 by the end of this year. We still got October, November, and December. We got 3 months left. We might not get there. We might. We'll see. I'm actively looking for agents right now, meeting with them and talking to them, and I see a lot of white space, and I see a lot of brokerage owners really just sitting and dealing with the day-to-day things that are happening in the office, but they're not really focused on growing it. And by growing, I mean not just bring people in, but making sure that people are happy. So sometimes it's surveying. It's asking them, give me suggestions. And honestly, it's not hard to beat the competition. Even if you're a brand new real estate agent right now listening to this podcast, to me talking right now here, if you're a brand new agent, I'll tell you this. If you want to sell 100 homes a year, trust me, 99% don't want to sell. And maybe you are actually one of them who doesn't want to sell, and that's fine. But if you do want to sell, you're not competing with 99% of people. So they will not do things that you are willing to do. I was willing to door knock. I was willing to call for sale by owners expireds. I was willing to do interviews with restaurant owners. And anything you throw at me, I'm willing to do it. To host a seminar, to go on the radio in my first month in the business, not knowing what I'm talking about, start making content and Facebook Lives. I'm willing to do anything that I can put my hands on that will help me get to the goal that I want to achieve. I went to New York to meet Ryan Serhan, having $0 in my banking account, and I was in debt, and I still put that bill on my credit card. And I went there and I listened to what he had to say to me. 99% won't do it. Same thing with brokerages. 99% of managing brokers can't make a phone call, can't make a single video. They will write a template, an email, and call it a day. Honestly, the competition is extremely weak. If you're a brand new real estate agent, you have a goal of 100 deals a year, just work on things that you know you need to do. Just keep doing them. And if you need to follow this channel in order to learn things, I'm constantly putting out content to help agents grow their business, but there's no secrets. You plug into YouTube how to become a successful agent, you get tens of thousands of videos and you will watch them all and you'll know exactly what you need to do. You listen to podcasts, there's so much content on this topic, and it's just up to you. So basically right now, at the end of the day, we are focusing on creating services for our agents, adding value all the time. I need to be looking for agents all nonstop all the time. And right now I'm looking for somebody who will be ahead of recruiting, let's say. I need somebody to help me out with recruiting. We have 2 people on social media. We have 1 person for transaction help. My wife is helping out with a lot of organizing events and everything like that. I'm here every single day, 9 to 5. I'm still selling. I'm slowing down my production, but I'm still in sales. The most important thing in the business, in the brokerage business, is environment. If you can hold collaborative but sort of friendly competition in the office and a great environment where agents help each other, you will have a great office, and that office usually is a place where people want to show up at. And then most real estate offices are empty, and because ownership and leadership doesn't focus on creating a great environment. But I've decided that this is the most important thing, pretty much, because in great environments, people want to work and they will do things that it will make them do things that are important, and they will actually do these things. And environment is actually the most important thing. We'll never fire somebody for not selling a property. Our production level is 3 times higher than average in our marketplace. Out of 3,500 offices that are in Chicagoland, we're number 26. Think about it. In 2.5 years. In 2.5 years, we're already, is it 1%? I guess if you divide it by 100, you're going to be at 30 something, and we're already 20. We're top 1% in 2.5 years of me deciding that we want to grow. This is what the competition is. If you pull the stats, if you're a real estate agent and you want to see how you're doing, if you really have a goal, you can double your business every single year. There are agents that are doing business for 50 years, 40 years, and they're still struggling. There are agents that are 3 years in the business and they're already close to 50, 60 deals. It depends on where your focus is. Pretty much this could be a talk named, put the focus on the right thing, that thing will grow, whatever. But it's just, I'm making this video a little bit for myself. And maybe one of you is going to be interested in something like this. Or maybe actually, somebody's listening to this and says, you know what? I could be a great recruiter and I want to get in touch with Oleg. Let's do it. I could be a good addition to the company and I know how to do things that he doesn't even know he needs. I'm always open. I had a guy who came into me and talked about, Facebook ads and TikTok ads and Instagram ads. I'm like, I know how to do it, but I'll listen to you. And he told me that, you know how to do it, but you really don't know how to target properly. You could be just wasting your money by knowing how to do it. You're just staying closed-minded. And I'm like, okay, well, let's do it. If it works out, we'll make it happen. I mean, if I can spend $100 and get 1,000 back, I'll spend $1 million to get, 10 million back. So we're working now. Something I wasn't looking for, but I stay open-minded. So I'm open-minded, and sometimes I might not know things that I need to. Like I just went to Boston, paid a lot of money to learn from, top broker owner. And I learned a couple things. Sometimes the thing you learn that you shouldn't be doing is already saving you hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you shouldn't be doing 1 or 2 things here and there. And that's already saving you a lot of money. And I've heard a couple things and got motivated for doing some other things. So it's I'm always investing in buying experience from people that are experienced. So that could be another tip. And the last one to finish up this podcast, I would say that in brokerage, this business is slim margin business, but could be very profitable too. But you have to get it to a certain level. But in the beginning, while you're getting there, it's important to keep an eye on the expenses, and you have to try to stay as profitable as you can, but also try to be as cheap as possible to agents as well. So you have to always kind of balance it out, because a lost agent and recruit a new agent is like a turnover in when you're a landlord, right? That's the most expensive thing, is to have a turnover. Same thing for a real estate agency. If you have agents constantly leaving, you have to fix the problem. Luckily, we don't have that. So far, everything has been great. Agents that have left us is agents that either didn't pay their dues. I had to let them go because my MLS gets cut off, or there was one agent who we had a disagreement. There were two agents we had a disagreement. We couldn't just work together. It was just so much friction. It couldn't happen. But I understand that these things could happen, and that's something I'm like. Amazon Jeff Bezos once said, it's like, we're client centric. If we see the thing that customer centric, we see something that we need to improve, we work on it. And that's the most important thing. If we can speed up the process of buying, if we can remove friction as much as possible, that's our goal. That's a goal here too. I need to remove friction as much as possible and create opportunities for agents. Hope this video is helpful to somebody. And if you like this content, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give me some comments. Give me something to make a content about. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.